Celine, Cassandra, Laokin. This week's final forum topic for piano proficiency is imagination. The question for this week's forum is, to play the piano piece more meaningfully, students need some imagination based on the background of the piece or creating a story behind the piece. Choose one favorite piano piece that you like to listen or play or create or tell the story behind the piece. But before that, we need to know what imagination is. Imagination is very important for every musician. This is because through imagination, musician can play with full appreciation and emotion when playing a piece. For example, musician plays a song by imagining something about the piece. With that, musician can easily deliver a message or what she or he wanted to tell to the audience. One of my favorite pieces that I love to hear is The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, composed by Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky was born in 7 May 1840 and he died in 6 November 1893. He was a Russian composer of the Romantic period. He was the first Russian composer whose music was made a lasting impression internationally. He was honored in 1804 by Tsar Alexander and awarded a lifetime pension. During the Romantic period, the music style was compared differently in comparison to the music from the classical era. While the classical era had strict laws of balance and restraint, the Romantic era exhibition music that is more expressive, meaning the composer allowed for artistic freedom and experimentation and creativity. Many Romantic composers use elements of folk music to express their cultural identity and nationalism. The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy is a dance for a ballerina. It is the third movement in the Nutcracker Pettideau. This Pettideau is from Act 2 of the 1892 ballet The Nutcracker. It is danced by the principal female dancer. The ballet was based on a story called The Nutcracker and the Mouse King by German writer E.T.A. Hoffmann, which was then adapted by a French writer, Alexandre Dumas, later on. The Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky is based on a version of Dumas. Tchaikovsky probably wouldn't have believed that his ballet would one day become an international success, and sadly, he did not have long enough to find out. Tchaikovsky's famous Dance of Sugar Plum features the sound of an instrument called a celesta, or in Russian, celesta. The celesta is similar in appearance to a piano, but contains metal plates instead of strings. The strings are hit by hammer, producing a very soft bell-like sound. I particularly love the sound of the celesta and how the rest of the instruments develop around the central melody. Tchaikovsky was one of the composers that you may say was really good with playing with sound, creating all sorts colors, textures, moods, and landscapes, especially how he structures the music in this way. I think the ternary for this piece is ABA, which form that is attempting to convey the delicate and degen nature of a fairy. The melody of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy is composed with a very chromatic melody line, meaning the piece features many accidentals. So for me, sometimes really love to hear this piece because sometimes I would imagine this song is played on Christmas Day. So Christmas is the best time of the year for me. It is one of the mysterious and jumpy piece that I like. While listening to this piece, and sometimes I would play it. I could imagine that the night before the Christmas day, I would go and tiptoeing to the Christmas tree and to see the gifts and presents underneath the Christmas tree. So I would slowly and quietly search for my gifts and presents. I really wanted to know what is that I'm going to get. So this piece successfully made me feel curious on what gift that I would get the next morning of the Christmas day. I have come to an end of my discussion about the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Everyone has their own imagination when listening to other pieces. By imagining something, this is to encourage someone or any other person to imagine something so that we or they could feel the appreciation and emotion of the piece. That is all from me. Thank you for watching.